fill it up, it would never end. 325,000 young children are missing. Many are dead. And that's under their watch. It's the most cruel thing. And because these young children are here, we don't want to name them, as nonviolent crimes, she said they're nonviolent crimes. Think of that, rape of an unconscious woman. She vowed repeatedly to ban fracking. She imposed natural gas exportation. Think of that. She banned natural. She praised the idea of 70 to 80% tax rates, and she pledged to abolish private health care. People in this audience, some have private health care. They want to pay a little bit more, and they want to have great health care and force everyone onto socialist government-run health care with high taxes and deadly wait times. People are waiting online at these places for 4 months for the most routine examination. She wants to ban the sale of gas-powered vehicles. She's already banned them, which will destroy North Carolina's way of life. And she even endorsed free sex changes for illegal aliens. We're going to do operations. I mean, it's not even believable. And she's running. She's running. Think of it. Sex change for people that are in prisons and detention centers if they ask for it. And she wants it. Check it out, because it's not even believable, but it's true. As DA and as Attorney General, she destroyed the great city of San Francisco, one of the greatest cities in our country just 15 years ago, and she destroyed the state of California. People are leaving. She led the change in California law so that if you steal less than $950 worth of merchandise, you are not prosecuted. And if you steal more than $950 worth of merchandise, you're also not prosecuted, frankly. You see these criminals going into store. They go into a store with a calculator. Let's see, that's $10, $12. They want to keep it under $950. Can you imagine being able to steal $1,000 worth of stuff and you're not going to be prosecuted? She even lied to the American people about Joe Biden's cognitive abilities. A great disservice to the American people. It's a great, think of it. We had a man who was cognitively impaired dealing with Russia, China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, nuclear weapons all over the place, all of these countries. And she said, no, I found them to be fine. She didn't find them to be fine. She lied. She lied about McDonald's. She said she worked in McDonald's. She said she worked in McDonald's. Oh, she worked over the French fries. It was so hot. The heat, it was so hot. She'd burn her hand every once in a while on the grease. Oh, McDonald's. It was a lie. She never worked at McDonald's. And the fake news doesn't want to mention it. They had a big thing about her job at McDonald's, and they went there, and the manager's been there a long time. Other people have been there a long time, say, no, she never worked here. Never worked here. She lied. That sounds simple, but that's really bad. It was a pure and simple lie. She never worked at McDonald's. And didn't Oprah ask her about her time at McDonald's? And she just sort of didn't want to answer that one. Let me not talk about that. Oprah said, you work at McDonald's. That's great. Oprah didn't hear the end result. She never worked there. So Kamala just sort of hid under the desk along with every other answer she gave. That's why less than 2 months from now, we are going to tell her that we've had enough, Kamala. We can't take it anymore. Kamala, you're the worst vice president in history. Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. You're fired. Get out of here. So let's talk about our great women, all right? Because women have gone through a lot. They've gone through a lot. Women are poorer than they were 4 years ago, are less healthy than they were 4 years ago, are less safe on the streets than they were 4 years ago, are paying much higher prices for groceries and everything else than they were 4 years ago, are more stressed and depressed and unhappy than they were 4 years ago, and are less optimistic and confident in the future than they were just 4 years ago. I will fix all of that, women. I will fix all of that, and I will fix it fast. And at long last, this national nightmare that we're going through will be over. Women will be happy, healthy, confident, and free. You will no longer be thinking about abortion because it is now where it always had to be, with the states and with the vote of the people. The people are now voting, and many of those votes are far more liberal than we thought. But every legal scholar, every Republican and Democrat for years didn't want it in federal. They wanted it in the states, and a vote of the people. And that's what's happening right now. And with the powerful exceptions like those that Ronald Reagan insisted on. Ronald Reagan insisted on the exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother, but not allowing for Democrat-demanded late-term abortion in the 7th, 8th, and 9th month, or even execution of a baby after birth, which is what they want. I asked her about it during the debate, and she didn't want to answer it. I said, are you willing to have an abortion on a woman in the 9th month? And she didn't want to answer it. The answer is yes. And think of it, even after birth. It's called execution. I will protect women at a level never seen before. They will finally be healthy, hopeful, safe, and secure. Their lives will be happy, beautiful, and their lives will be great again. So women, we love you. We're going to take care of you. Thank you. We're going to take care of you. It's where they've always wanted it. Everybody, every legal scholar in the country, that's where they wanted it. From the moment we take back the White House from Kamala Harris, I believe we're going to have the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. Starting on day 1, I will seal the border and stop this horrible migrant invasion that is destroying our country. We will carry out the largest deportation operation of criminals in American history. We will end inflation and make America affordable again, and we will get your energy bills cut in half within 12 months. We will come, that's right, thank you. We will become energy independent and then energy dominant like no country has ever been before. Remember, again, we have more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia by a lot. We will open ANWR because, you know, ANWR, a lot of you know what ANWR is, the biggest site maybe in the world in Alaska. It took years, decades. Nobody could get it approved. Ronald Reagan failed. Everybody failed. I got it approved. In the first week, they closed it. The most dominant, the biggest, probably the biggest oil site anywhere in the world. We'll get it open very quickly, and we'll start producing tremendous amounts of oil and energy. We will stop the outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. That includes automobiles, by the way. Other countries that make us pay a tax or a tariff to do business with them will be charged the same tax or tariff when they send their product into the United States. It will be called the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act. It basically says that if China or any other country charges us 100 or 200% tax or tariff, then we will charge them a 100 or 200% tax or tariff in return. That message is very simple. Make your product here in the United States of America. You have absolutely no tariff to pay. It works beautifully, and it's going to bring business like you wouldn't believe. Nobody's been able to do it except me. We were doing it, and then we had to take care of COVID. Our gift from China, the China virus came in, and we did a great job. Never got credit like we did in the economy, the military. We defeated ISIS. But we're going to get that done fast, and it's going to have, you will have more jobs in North Carolina. You'll have more jobs in this country than we've ever had before. You already had it under my administration. My plan is that if you open your factory in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, or anywhere else in the U.S., you don't have to pay a tariff, but you move your production outside of the United States. You do it like they're doing it right now. Mexico is going to try and take over our car industry. Not if I were in there, but they did this during the last 4 years. Some of the biggest automobile manufacturing plants in the world are being built right now in Mexico. As we sit here